The crystalline halls of the conclave trembled as Aurora Wendell stepped through the quantum gate. Around her, 1,000 species watched in silence, beings of light and shadow, scaled titans from gas giants, hive minds that spoke in symphonic thought. All had come to witness the royal oracle's pronouncement. Aurora adjusted her worn expedition jacket, feeling distinctly out of place among the assembled representatives of galactic civilization. She was here only because the Vicari ambassador had insisted, claiming the oracle's prophecy concerned the lost apex species. The oracle itself descended from its suspended throne, a biomechanical entity older than most star systems, its consciousness woven through dimensions Aurora's mind could barely comprehend. When it spoke, reality itself seemed to bend around its words. The cycle turns. The apex has fallen. The throne of dominion stands empty, as it has for 3 million cycles. A murmur rippled through the assembled delegates. The apex were legend, the first civilization to achieve faster-than-light travel, the architects of the hyperspace lanes, the creators of technologies so advanced they seemed like magic. They had vanished eons ago, leaving behind only ruins and questions. Aurora raised her hand like a student in class. The gesture was so absurdly human that several delegates chittered in confusion. "Excuse me," she called out. "If the apex fell 3 million years ago, then what am I doing here?" The oracle's countless eyes fixed upon her. The temperature in the chamber dropped. Elaborate spawn of Sol 3. Aurora pulled out her datapad, fingers dancing across the screen. "Well, your timeline doesn't match our archaeological findings. See, humanity's been pretty busy these last few decades. We've been cataloging the old ruins across our space, and we've gotten pretty good at dating them." She projected a hologram into the chamber's center, a compilation of human research, burning bright with data streams and carbon dating results. "The apex ruins we found? They're not 3 million years old. The newest ones date to about 45,000 years ago. The oldest are maybe 60,000. She looked up at the oracle. "And here's the interesting part. They all match a specific genetic marker we found in the databanks." The chamber erupted. Delegates shouted in 100 languages. The oracle raised an appendage and silence crashed down like a physical force. "Impossible. The apex were beyond flesh, beyond genetics." "Yeah, about that." Aurora pulled up another file. "We thought that was weird too. So we compared the genetic markers to known species, ran it through every database we could access." She paused, meeting the oracle's alien gaze. It matched human DNA. Specifically, it matched Homo neanderthalensis and Denisovan populations. Preposterous. The Vicari ambassador's scales flushed crimson. "Humans are barely capable of interstellar travel. You've had fusion drives for less than a century. Second time, actually," Aurora corrected. "See, that's what we figured out. The apex didn't fall 3 million years ago. They fell 45,000 years ago. And they didn't go extinct, they regressed, catastrophically." She displayed images of Earth, both ancient and modern. The apex weren't aliens. They were us. Early humans who achieved technological singularity, spread across the stars, built an empire. Then something went wrong. Maybe war, maybe a plague. Maybe they just collapsed under their own weight. But the survivors regressed to Stone Age technology on their homeworld. The oracle was silent for a long moment. "The genetic divergence required is explained by the bottleneck event we call the Toba catastrophe. 75,000 years ago, Earth's human population crashed to maybe 10,000 individuals. That would erase most genetic diversity. Explain why we seem like a young species." Aurora's voice grew stronger, but it didn't erase everything. "We kept building, kept reaching for the stars. It's in our DNA, literally. We're driven to explore because our ancestors did it before." She gestured to the assembled delegates. "You all found the apex ruins and assumed they were aliens because they were so advanced. You built your civilizations in their shadow, used their hyperspace lanes, followed their maps, but you never considered they might have been human because humans seemed too young, too primitive. Then the oracle's prophecy," the Vicari began, "is wrong," Aurora finished. "The apex didn't fall 3 million years ago. They fell 45,000 years ago. And they didn't fall, they stumbled. But now we're back on our feet." The oracle descended until it was level with Aurora, studying her with an intensity that would have vaporized most beings. Aurora stood her ground. "You claim inheritance of the apex throne?" "I don't claim anything," Aurora said firmly. I'm just an archaeologist who followed the evidence. But if you're asking whether humanity remembers on some deep instinctive level, then yeah. Maybe we do. Maybe that's why we can't stop reaching for the stars. Maybe that's why when humans saw your galaxy-spanning civilizations, we didn't bow down in awe. We just thought we can do that too. The oracle was silent for what felt like an eternity. Then it spoke, and its voice carried a note Aurora could only describe as respect. The throne has been empty for 3 million cycles, human. But perhaps it was only waiting for its rightful heirs to remember who they were. Aurora smiled. We're not here to rule anyone. We're here to explore, to learn, to build. Same as we always were, same as we always will be. As she turned to leave the chamber, she heard the oracle speak once more, this time in a whisper that only she could hear. Welcome home, Apex. We have long awaited your return. Aurora didn't look back. She had a galaxy to explore, and 3 million years of history to uncover. After all, she had quite a legacy to live up to, her own.